This is a 2025 Tracker Pro Guide V16. I wanted to mount a kicker engine on it. I didn't want to rip the boat apart so that I could get deep enough to attach a formal mount. So I ended up making it's basically protection so that you can clamp the motor onto the boat and that it stays in a fixed position. I was trying to avoid any metal-on-metal contact, so what I ended up doing is taking a cutting board, and this was the first version, but it's about 3/8 of an inch thick, and the one in the back is about 1/8, because you only have about a 1/2 inch to work with because of the clamp opening. But I made recesses here, and I used the 1.5-inch spade bit, and I went about 1/8 of an inch deep. And then this piece is through bolted through the transom with 1.25-inch stainless steel bolts with stop nuts on the back end. And what I did is I pre-drilled this main piece here, and then I got a drill press, and so I made a guide, and this ended up getting clamped on to the boat so that I could drill through the transom and have everything line up good. On the top here, on the cap, this is the same 1/8-inch cutting board material. I did put a little rubber membrane underneath it, thinking it might help a little on vibration. It's a single cylinder engine, so it does vibrate a bit. And this is just a I think it's number 8 stainless steel screw, as is this one here. So I think you could do this without a drill press, but it's much more precise doing it with one. The way I did the fuel setup, again, I didn't want to take the boat apart. The right way to do it would, of course, be to have a second feed off the tank, but I ended up just teeing off my main engine here, and that's a valve that I bought at a McMaster-Carr, and it is spec'd for fuel and chemicals, and I'm very happy with it. It doesn't leak. That little red side of it is, I just marked that, and that's the closed side. So you can run either engine, or theoretically you could run both of them, but the reason you want to shut off your main engine is when this engine's sucking fuel, you don't want to be sucking the fuel out of your main engine. It might cause some starting problems and so on. Both of the fuel lines are downstream of the primer bulb, so I can use that to pressurize either the main motor or the kicker here. That's a 3-foot fuel line, and everything's 5/16 standard Mercury stuff. So I tried it out. I'm very happy with it. I didn't want this motor to be migrating back and forth like can happen when you're just clamping onto a transom. Also because I think this is just foam filled. You need a little structure. So when you're clamping down, you want something that's going to firm up that the sheet aluminum here. As you can see, I've mounted it's the Attwood steering connector to the main engine. And interestingly enough, the threads on the Merc 60, where that end goes, were the exact same threads. It's fine thread, 3/8 fine thread that came with the Attwood connector. So I'm fully out pretty much. I got maybe 1/2 to 3/4 inch on either end of the the steering connectors. I think they give you, it's about a 24-inch rod, and I use pretty much all of it. It's pretty much just the standard amount. This is a Merc 6-horse, and so everything really worked quite nice. The kicker actually, I'm in the break-in period now, so I haven't really run the kicker motor up, but just even less than half throttle, I'm getting 4 miles an hour out of it. I'm thinking wide open, it's probably going to be, I don't think it'll be 10, but it's probably going to be pretty close to that, which did surprise me. I didn't think that it would push the boat that fast. One thing you do have to do if you're going to do this setup here is this is the long shaft 6-horse. And you want to make sure you're below the hull when the motor's down. I run it in, right now it's in the traveling mode, which is fully out on the stops here. I run it in the 3rd hole, and that pretty much makes the drive vertical. Even with the 2nd hole, it does clear the hook on the tracker, so no need to remove that. Anyway, it's kind of a do-it-yourself solution here. The layout takes a while, making sure everything lines up, and to get the back matched up with the front and so on. But it turned out really well, and it seems pretty solid. So again, I don't have a lot of time on the boat, so I can't really give you the full rundown on it, but I think it's going to work just fine. Hope this video helps, and if this is something that you'd be interested in doing, I think it's a good way to handle the problem.